Preeclampsia occurs when a woman with normal blood pressure develops high blood pressure during pregnancy. When black women have preeclampsia, it presents earlier than women of other races. Here's the story of Tanel Hills for WGVU's Mutually Inclusive.
I grew up here. I stayed on the southeast side until I was 17, and I went off. I joined the military and then went to Western, and I lived in Kalamazoo for 7 years. With Alvin, everything, my pregnancy, the entire thing was very chill. Like, I felt really good. I had high energy. I was able to exercise all the time. Like, so I didn't feel anything was off until the day that I actually delivered. I woke up that day, there was a citywide power outage. So I went to my mom's, and then I was like, well, you know, since the power's out, I'll go get a pedicure and get my nails done. So I got my pedicure first, everything went fine, and then I was getting my nails done. By the time I finished getting my nails done, my feet had swollen so bad that it hurt for me to bend my toes. So the nail tech was like, hey, you're gonna deliver soon. And I'm like, no, I'm only 30 weeks, you know? So I instantly get on Google and I start seeing things about preeclampsia. Like, I just typed in my feet is swollen, and I have had a slight headache for 3 days.
I was hanging out with some friends, and when she called, it was just another third trimester call out. So when she said, when you come home, I didn't think nothing else. I was like, hey, we're just finishing up playing cards, we'll be there. I'll be there shortly. And then when she called me back, I was like, oh, okay, well, let me go home. So I left there, took the pressure. The first one was like 212 over 120 or so, or something like that. And then I'm like, oh, so maybe the cuff's just not reading good today. So I put my arm in, and then I got a normal read for me. So we put the cuff back on her, and the same thing, it's about 212 over 120 or something. So from there, it wasn't much to think about. It was just like, hey, put on your jogging suit, let's go into the hospital. So
we go in for the emergency C-section. They take him out. When he first comes out, he wasn't crying, so I'm like, is everything okay? They bring him right to my shoulder, and as soon as I started speaking, his eyes opened. But then they took him away and told me that he needed to be placed on a CPAP machine because his breathing was a little off. I had never even heard of preeclampsia. They said it's 62% more likely to happen in African American women than any other race. And I'm like, well, why? And so I talked to my midwife, and they don't know what causes it. Like, because I have a normal blood pressure regularly. Like, I'm healthy, you know? So they don't know what causes it at all. When we decided to have a second child, I had always been told from my midwife and other providers that I've seen that it wasn't likely to happen to me a second time. Leading up to the 30-week mark, because I was so concerned, I started tracking my blood pressure every single day. And I started noticing as I became closer into my 7th month, it started, my blood pressure started going up. By the time I delivered Avery, they did diagnose me with mild preeclampsia. It was severe with Alvin, but they diagnosed me with mild preeclampsia. Providing education prior to them getting pregnant or developing the condition, just so that you know what to look out for, from the swelling to the headaches to checking your blood pressure regularly to making sure that you're not eating foods with high sodium to try to, you know, combat some of the swelling and, you know, increasing your blood pressure. Just if they can have a support group for it, like, just so that you can hear different people's experiences, because different women that I have spoken to who have developed it, experience still wasn't like mine. So, but just hearing theirs helped me to prepare for even my second pregnancy. Like, okay, so last time I didn't notice this when I was pregnant with Alvin, but maybe I should be looking out for this ahead of time, you know?
Support for Mutually Inclusive comes from the W.K. Kellogg Foundation.